Hey guys, how you doing? 5:40 p.m. Tuesday, May 18th. Hope we had a good day in the market. We're looking at GME and the SPY. Look at the SPY just sell off in the last, what, 10 minutes? Crazy. GME looked good today. Look on the daily chart here. I wasn't sure. I thought today might be one of these days where we follow this pattern of big doji on bottom and top and open and close about the same price. Happened here, and then these big volume green candles here. Thought that might happen today, and sure enough, it didn't. It didn't happen. We do have big dojis. We've got a nice, pretty long body, and it's higher. It's much higher. I actually haven't even noticed that. The body close is pretty much the same as yesterday. Is that what I'm seeing here? Yeah. We closed here. Yesterday, what we closed here. Yeah, we closed today almost the same that we did yesterday. So I guess you can see that right here in the price. However, we broke through that resistance, and that was big. To me, that was big. So what I did, I had lots of call positions, naked calls mostly, and today when I said if we're not going to break 180, I don't think we're gonna. These calls are just gonna expire worthless. Maybe not worthless, but they're gonna lose value quickly because if you don't have enough velocity and you're paying a high premium on a call or put, it's gonna lose value quickly, and these were. So when we opened here, when we came up here and then it kind of teetered and started coming down here, I sold all the calls I had on GME, and I actually don't regret it, even though we ripped up, because we couldn't meet that same high, and I thought we're not meeting it, selling out of them, and then we just traded flat, and all this flat, they would have lost so much premium. And we can look at the specific calls and see. I'm sure they'd be up now. Well, actually probably not. That's crazy. So anyways, I sold all of them, and I kind of shifted over to spreads, because with spreads you kind of eliminate the time decay, and you basically just have to close above a certain price for it to be max profit. The time decay works in your favor, actually, because you're also selling a call, so it works in your favor and it hurts you. But yeah, basically it doesn't allow the premium to negatively affect you. So the stock price can move slower, just as long as it's to a certain point by a certain day. You're good. So something like this, where you're paying a lot of premium. I mean, if you bought naked calls when it's real low velocity, like this whole flat bit right here before it ran up, yeah, they'd be down. They'd be down by here. So the naked calls right now, the IV is just too high. I saw a whole DD about how I guess they're manipulating the IV and the strike price and the contract. I didn't even understand what they were saying, but somehow someone's saying that you have to, if you know anything about that, let me know, because I read one DD on how they're messing with the options market, the OCC, and they shared a screenshot of it, and I was like, I don't see anything abnormal, but it was in the middle of the night, so maybe I was just not thinking. But so I moved over to spreads, and I think that's going to be the play for me until we get, I mean, this is a breakout, but until we actually see some real volume and something new, because this volume is low. The only thing new we've seen is positive price action, and we've broken out of this downward, all these downward lines, which is great. That's super great, looking good. But just for naked calls, I think, in my opinion, until there's a lot of volume and like serious action, the calls, the IV on them is too high. They're just going to lose value, unless of course you're really close to the money, and that is, or in the money, I should say. If you're in the money, but you're still paying a high premium. So if you buy a 170 call, it expires on Friday, you're paying a premium on that. Your break even might be 180 or 190, so it's maybe better just to get the shares or have spreads, and that's what I did. So those were down quite a bit today on it. So we're down 1,300. That's because yesterday we were up like a lot, and now today it's down a lot. But I think we're still looking good. These lost a little bit of value towards the end of the day, but I sold all the naked calls that were in here. Now I've got 185, 190 calls spreads. So I bought the 185s, sold the 190s, and then I have 195s and 200s. Bought the 195s, sold the 200s. And basically max gain on these is the difference in the spread. So B190 minus 185 is 5, and then I have 10 of those contracts, so times 10. And then each contract is worth 100 shares, so times that by 100. And max gain on this one's 5,000 gross profit. Your net profit would be subtracting the cost it took to open this trade, which I can't tell from here. I don't know how to tell on this trade price. Yeah, anyways, so that one, that'll be nice. That's pretty close to money. This one actually costs quite a bit to get into because the probability of this is pretty high when I opened it. And then this other one, 195 or 200 minus 195. We have 5 of these contracts, then times 100 because it's 100 shares per contract. So this one's worth 2,500. So if it closes above 200, we're looking good, and I don't have to basically hope it closes there quickly. If I got a naked call and it closed at 200, it would be basically worthless if it closed at 200 on expiration day. So the naked calls, you really want velocity. You want a sudden change in velocity, and we're not getting that right now at GME. It's very slow with this low volume. Once the volume picks up though, it could go crazy. So on here, I changed this. So I was out of buying power because stupid, but put credit spread and then a debit spread. So the put credit spread is a little bit different how it's set up, but basically this one is a 300, 310 puts. I sold the puts closer to the money, or sorry, further from the money. I bought the puts closer to the money. And the difference in the strike on this one is the same deal. That's your max gain. So we'll just analyze it, that's easier. Max gain is $9.90, max loss is $10. So yeah, that one will be nice, but this one's got to close up above 300. And if I had more buying power, I'd probably scale into this. This is actually for next week, I'm sorry. This 310's for next week. So just in case next week is a slow mover, this one will give us some profits on that. This one's for Friday. This is a 195, 200 call. This is a debit spread, yeah. This is a debit spread, I think. Yeah, because these are calls. This one costs 140 to get into, max profit of 1,860, and it's got to close above 200. So if you got a little exposure, if it goes crazy, it starts going crazy this week, I'll probably start getting some naked calls. But if we could continue to see kind of this grind up, and basically the brakes just getting let off a little bit, that's kind of the best visualization of how to describe what I'm seeing. Is just if a truck is just going down a hill, it's just like the brakes are just let off just a little bit, so it speeds up a little bit more. And then if you've been on mountain roads and you see trucks, if it starts going too fast, your truck, and your brakes can't contain it, and then it just sends it and it goes full speed and you can't do anything. Then they have those sand ramps and you have to drive up the ramp. But yeah, this I'm seeing just letting off the brakes a little bit and it's just having us climb. And we're breaking resistance levels though, which is great. So we broke that 180 today and we closed back below it, but that's not a huge deal. Broke this one right here, it's 182, which was set back here. And then we've also just barely broke this 188 at one point today. We clipped to 189. On the hourly, we're looking good. Green candle is still above the 9 moving. Even this red candle closed up above the 9 moving average. MACD still beautiful. RSI is just fine. It's kind of slow grinding up. I think this pattern technically on candlesticks is a reversal pattern. This big green candle and then this doji and then this red candle. But it's fine. It's fine because we're still, the other indicators are showing that's still good. But yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. This does show pretty strong resistance up here though. And then if you look here, we just basically came back down to the volume weighted average price, which is this blue line. So we're grinding up, and then just before close it came down here and touched that. So that's probably where it's bouncing off of. And for tomorrow, I think we should keep grinding up. I mean, the MACD kind of turned down a little bit here, but I don't really see, I guess, what range it would be in. It could trade in this range up here. If it came down, we're hoping that it, I guess, holds support with this 178, this one right here. Whoops, I just moved it. Got too many lines on here. I don't usually use like support and resistance so much, but I've been doing them more. It kind of helps, I guess. SEC filing tomorrow. There's one that's supposedly being active or whatever. There's so many different SEC filings, and I just skim over them. I don't care to know anymore about the inner workings of the market. I already know it's jacked and I hate it, and I just won't. The MOAS. But yeah, long term today we had VIRI go crazy. Let's see, here's our long term. I need to transfer Airbnb. Yeah, these are all from Robinhood. They're all on margin. That's normal with options level 4 privileges on a trading platform. You're going to be on margin. But yeah, this is kind of nice actually. I like how they do the 52 weeks. This shows the range of where it is on the 52 week range. So right now, Rocket's very low and VIRI's very low, and then these are high. So it's, if you want to like average in or something, that's just a quick glance. You could say, I want to look into this one. You know, if I want more exposure to this, basically. VIRI went crazy today though. This one I've been trying to get out of for a while. Just got hit with day traders based on some regurgitated news. So we'll see what that one does. There's no options on it, so I can't sell covered calls or anything. My cost basis is still pretty high, but this is actually holding up really well. Maybe that news was, maybe it was real. Initiating coverage of VIRI, the root cause of chronic disease. So it's a biopharmaceutical company. Yeah, I guess it halted. It was going up today, 25%, but it's up 19%. Yeah, these are one of those companies just really volatile. Once you get good news, it could go crazy. But this one just melted down since IPO. I think I got it like here. Cost basis is like twice. Not a big position though, no problem. What else happened on the long term? Tesla's up a little bit. I need to get buying power back on E-Trade. I'd like to be shorting these green days on tech companies right now. I think we're just in a downward trend. Yep, we're just bouncing and then gonna continue on. This one though, it's maybe not. Kind of a double bottom. MACD's crossed over, got green over the 9 moving. It hasn't broken this though. We'll see if it kind of trades in this range first before it goes down more or goes up. RSI is really low on this one. That was Airbnb. Yeah, we'll see. Airbnb has a big range it made. This is kind of following the Wyckoff distribution up here. That's kind of the distribution. If you guys know Wyckoff, you can look him up. Really interesting guy. Discovered this whole pattern of how the big money basically moves the market. Calls the composite man. And I was reading a DD on actually how Bitcoin is basically in the perfect pattern of the distribution phase. And yeah, so Bitcoin might have a lot more correction to go before it kind of goes back to accumulation phase and for another run up. But yeah, this is like, I'll show you guys actually really quick. It's kind of crazy. Probably should be doing Google searches like that on stream, but okay, there we go. Yeah, I actually have this picture saved. But I'll just show you right here. So if you look right here, this is a diagram from a Wyckoff from I think like the 20s, 30s. I don't know, it's really old. But you can see this whole thing. This is the distribution phase, and basically Bitcoin's going through it pretty much to a T, with how they move the market and how we're kind of all pawns in the stock market. And yeah, if you look at that and then look at this, you can line them up and it's basically identical. It's kind of crazy. And then once it comes down, it kind of finds a floor, and this is the accumulation phase. And then you're looking for this spring test. You'll hear me mention that sometimes, a spring test. So that's kind of this, kind of best to buy in. And then it runs back up, then it has the top again, and yeah, something interesting to look into. But Bitcoin's on that, and then I think Airbnb's chart actually kind of looks like that too. It doesn't line up quite the same, but anyways, these tech stocks probably good to get short positions on. This one's maybe hit a floor actually. Tesla broke that resistance. So yeah, Tesla's looking good. For now at least, we'll see. I would expect Looks like it kind of is holding this one, but the moving average is about to cross over too, which is not good. So it might just be consolidating here a little longer and then gonna drop. So we'll see on that. What else do we do on E-Trade today? SPY puts. I got SPY puts too early in the morning. I closed out of my AMC calls. Sorry, AMC guys. I'm not saying it's not going to keep going. When I saw, it's looking better now. I saw that before this, it was looking like this, something. And it just looked like a double top, triple top. And then I looked on the daily, and this was basically right where this resistance was. So I didn't see us breaking through it. I just decided to sell out because those were expiring on Friday. Not sure though. This is running pretty similar to GME, so it could break out of that. But just based on this hourly, I thought MACD's crossed over. We've got some red candles below the 9 moving. Most of them are just doji tails, but the fact that we've got these multiple tops and the MACD's crossed over, just based on that, it's not looking too good. And then if you look at the resistance too, that's not good. It's happening the same place this resistance happened back here. But it could keep going. What do I know? Anyways, guys, sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. Follow us on Twitter at HappyMoneyYT. And if you want to get on our Discord, we'd be happy to have you. We share tips and talk about GME candlesticks and how fun they are to watch all day long. Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.